Hello everyone, I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 Media. Thank you so much for your time. The first BVI Trade Expo was held in 1997 by the joint efforts of the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association, along with the Trade Promotion Unit and the Government of the Virgin Islands. Of course, the BVI Trade Show has since evolved into an exceptional platform that showcases the breadth and depth of Virgin Islands businesses. Joining me today is Chairman of the Chamber, the lovely Mrs. Shaina Smith-Archer, to discuss not only the upcoming BVI Trade Expo, but quite a bit that has been going on with the BVI Chamber. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hot. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Mrs. Archer, welcome back to our platform and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Now, as I mentioned, the Chamber has been going through quite a rebranding process. A lot has been taking place. Begin by telling us, what are some of the recent happenings of the Chamber?
Well, earlier this year, the board took a decision where we were looking at, how we could become more effective as the voice of business. And if persons would recollect that the Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association merged back in 1969 and became one organization. So what we started to talk about and discuss as a board from even last year was, is it time to separate the organizations? So we had a working group that went out, basically spoke to the stakeholders in the tourism sector, and they were open arms receiving the idea. So we brought it as a board to our membership and they ratified the decision. So May 2023, we launched the BVI Yachting, Hotel and Tourism Association. So now it's time for us to basically rebrand BVICCHA to the BVI Chamber of Commerce. So
Wonderful.
that is currently on our plate. We're actually going to do that, basically celebrating the 54-year legacy of the Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association and all that it has been doing, advocating on behalf of the business community, providing resources, whether it's through workshops, different services that we have, and networking opportunities. So, the BVI Trade Expo, again, as you read, it's something that's traditional for us, and it is also something that is very much needed because we have not done any since the 2017 hurricanes.
Okay.
So it is something, again, for the last few years, persons have been asking, is it coming back? And we said, you know what, let's try to do something this year and make sure that it happens. So we are up and running, full steam ahead with the planning for that, in addition of the rebrand. So persons will see our colors change, and that's all I'll say to that next week. But we'll come back and we'll start to talk more about, the different activities and events that we have coming up.
Wonderful. And the rebranding takes place on August 22nd, am I correct?
Correct. And that will be at 3 p.m. at the BVI Finance Conference Center. So that's right across from where our office is, because some persons don't know we're tucked in the Tropical building, right across from Simply Delicious. So we're going to go upstairs in the conference room. I'm really excited that we have our keynote speaker is coming all the way from Grenada.
Lovely.
And she is the chairperson of the Caribbean Chambers of Commerce, or we refer to it as CARICHAM, that the BVICCHA is currently a member of.
Understood. Now, in addition to the keynote speaker, you have some open houses that are scheduled. Tell us about that.
Yes. So again, to basically reintroduce ourselves to the public and the business community for the rest of that week, the 23rd, 24th, and the 25th, we have an open house at the office. Persons can come in, get more information about the chamber, and for persons who are signing up for the very first time, they would get a 10% discount. So again, we represent all businesses, all industries, any size. Your fee is based on your employee count. So if you're a single employee, or what we refer to as a micro business, then that would be $125 for the year.
Okay.
Right? And that gives you access to, where your business is listed in the website directory, in addition to receiving free advertising within the first 6 months of your membership. And there's some other things we're trying to put in there too. So again, we welcome persons come into the office between 10 a.m., 3 p.m., Monday to Friday, and, inquire what's happening at the chamber, because we are there. We are there for them.
Wonderful. And of course, as you mentioned, having been the voice of business for almost over 50
54
years. 50
So next
years.
year, and again, means now we're planning for our 55th anniversary next year. So, it's going to get even busier at the turn of the year.
Exceptional. Now, in speaking about the BVI Trade Expo, celebrating the Virgin Islands entrepreneurial spirit, why should persons participate?
Well, Ron, for me, this is something persons would have heard me speak about all the time, that business is in our DNA as Virgin Islanders, because it's something that even when our foreparents, or grandparents, they were actually the first, set of business people.
Correct.
Even if they were just a shopkeeper, the farmer, or the fisherman, they were conducting business. So we are always, to me, a people who we believe in hard work. We able to do it for ourselves. We're very resourceful. So, whatever skill set we have, somehow we figure out how to commercialize it. So again, since we haven't done anything since the hurricanes, this was one of the opportunities. I felt that, we need to recognize the unsung heroes that have brought us through the hurricane recovery as well as the pandemic economic recession. Because again, businesses provide us the goods, the services, employment, tax revenue, as well as community service. So it's like without your businesses, essentially our community could never look the same.
Understood.
They are the backbone of the economy. So, whether you're a small business where it's just you and but you do products or you do services, this is an opportunity for you to come and showcase your businesses to the public. We've always had a great turnout. It starts on the Friday, the 20th of October, and it will continue into the Saturday on the 21st.
Wonderful. Now, I'm so happy that you mentioned about our ancestors and the way they brought about that entrepreneurial spirit. Of course, persons like J.R. O'Neill and many others were some of the very first who initiated
The names
and started,
that we are familiar
started
with.
businesses, and that, of course, has transcended to what we see today. I want to talk about sponsorship opportunities for the expo. Are there any sponsorship
Oh yeah,
opportunities?
definitely. Events like these we cannot do without sponsorship support. So persons go to the website BVICCHA.org. They'll find all the information. We have all the way up to title sponsorship. So again, if a company wants to have their title attached to the event, they can come in at that amount, and it goes all the way down to $1,000.
Okay, wonderful. Exhibitor information. Let's speak about that. Persons who want to sign up and be on display. What is that process like?
Okay, so again, we made it really simple and easy. Everything is on our website on the Trade Show Expo page. You can go in, select the size booth. So you have everything from a 6 foot by 8 foot booth, all the way up to the upstairs of the sports complex.
Okay.
So, we don't want to lock persons in terms of saying, we've had over the years, let's say the security companies, they like to set up very
Displays,
elaborate displays showing all of their different services and products that they offer. So, we have the full gamut of the sports complex to basically turn it into a by BVI exposition, of all things that are being produced, manufactured here. And I think sometimes even the public is surprised to find out, some of the things that we are able to purchase here, because we have become so in tune with what's online and Amazon and all the different for all the different vendors. But as I just said, the economy is driven by businesses. So it is important that as customers and the consumers that they are aware of what's available here, because in a way it's sometimes more affordable for them to get it here because the cost of shipping has really gone through the roof of late. So, encouraging again the public, this is a way for businesses to connect with new customers as well as businesses connecting with businesses.
Wonderful.
I think that's one of the key things that we should help them understand.
I want to reiterate or ask you to reiterate about any fees for admission. What do the fees look like?
So the fees to the public are free. As far as vendors, again, it goes based on your booth sizes.
Okay.
As well as, of course, if you are a member, you get a discounted rate. So again, once they go onto the website, it explains everything for them in terms of, I think we have 4 different sizes of booth. And if they have any questions, they can call us at the office at 345-3513. If there's something custom that we need to set up or organize, they have a special request, they can give us a call and we'll work on it.
Excellent. Now, tying it all into entrepreneurship, there is going to be a Global Entrepreneurship Week in November. Tell us about that.
Yes. So this is a United Nations International Day.
Okay.
And it's been celebrated off and on in the past years here in the Virgin Islands. In particular, Barnes PR were the ones that championed it in the first instance when I heard about it. So what we did this year, again, in terms of looking at different events that we could do, as a way again to bring recognition to entrepreneurs in the Virgin Islands, we said let's make this part of our event calendar, right? So this is actually an international day, and what we're going to do is plan different activities and events for that week, and that's the 13th to the 17th of November. We also want to have our annual business awards, so we will also do that during the week as a way again of recognizing the heroes in our economy, wherever they may find themselves, and tell them thank you, essentially, because we really have to understand and show appreciation. And I think, Ron, this is a good place for me to segue and say this is why organizations like the BVICCHA are so important, because persons are so busy doing business, they don't necessarily have time to be, saying, hey, we need the government to look at a particular policy or legislation. Or, of recent, I was paying attention to a press release that came out talking about water supply interruption. And, it only talked to residents. And I was like, at this time of day, this is peak operating hours for businesses in rural town. So, it's important that we made representation to say, guys, in the future, if this is maintenance work or work that can be scheduled, it'll be really helpful to us as a business community if this is done overnight or not within the peak times.
What is a restaurant in rural town supposed to do without water for
exactly
4 or 5 hours?
Exactly. Or even just office workers, so it's something where the perspective has to change, and it's something that's where we come in. So we're kind of standing on the wall,
advocacy.
We're looking out for businesses, and again, as a small business, you might not know who to go to if you're having an issue with a particular government department, and that's what we're there for. So you come in and we give you that support.
Wonderful. Now, in addition to the advocacy, of course, business resources, Chamber has a lot going on with the Chamber Talks, different workshops. What's on the in the pipelines in that regard?
So we have 2 workshops coming up. More information is going to pop up on the website. So you guys are always going to hear me talk about, check the website. We're looking at doing either a workshop or a business forum on intellectual property.
Okay.
This is something that, again, many young business persons may be taking for granted. Whether it's a service or a product that you're doing, that's your intellectual property. So it's important that you know what the regulations that exist say so that you can protect yourself. Because one of the things that we know has changed dramatically over the last, just 10 years is that we're not just doing business here, we're doing business internationally. So, if your service, your product gets out into the world domain and somebody else takes it and trademarks it, that's lost revenue for you. So we have to make sure that that type of information is going to be shared so that we can educate. And that's part of our mission. We're here to educate, empower, and equip businesses for their success. So we have that, and we're also going to do one probably during the Global Entrepreneurship Week, how to start a business. So that will be a workshop for persons to look out for November.
Exceptional. Well, I want to personally congratulate you once again and the Chamber for being the voice of reason for the business community, but continually bringing to the forefront a number of aspects and avenues of training and development that would be beneficial to all levels of business, whether it be small, medium, or micro. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And of
Thank
course,
you.
we look forward to really celebrating
Yes.
entrepreneurship at the BVI Trade Expo.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, viewers, that is all the time we have. Thank you so much for your time. See you later. Bye-bye.